Hi, I'm not Jess.
And I'm not Jason.
Welcome to DisasterMoon 2024.
Well, you can't tell the world about this. You can tell the nation about that. Tell them what the Master has done. Tell them what the gospel has come. Tell them that the victory's been won. He brought joy, 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 joy into my heart. Well, my Lord spoke so well. Yes, he did, yes, he did. Talk about the flames that burn in hell. Yes, he did, yes, he did. Now, my Lord spoke so well. Yes, he did, yes, he did. Talk about the children of Israel. Yes, he did, yes, he did. He brought joy, joy, joy into my heart. He brought joy, 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 joy into my heart.
All right, well, good morning. We were gonna try to go to Vermont this morning, even though we canceled our existing plans for going to Vermont. We're gonna try the Mount Mansell Auto Toll Road, but it looks like the opening of that was delayed today, which is not gonna fit in with our schedule. So we altered our plans to exclude Vermont, then we changed them to put it back in, then we have to change them back. So now we're gonna spend a little bit more time in New Hampshire here and hopefully do something good. Stay tuned. Here at the Welch-Dickey Trailhead, this is going to be our big hike in New Hampshire. This is a hike up to 2 different summits, hence the name Welch-Dickey, because that's the name of the 2 summits. Should be fun. Let's get started.
Don't you know that I'm loving you? In a God of freedom, baby. Don't you know that I'll always be true? Oh, won't you come with me and take my hand? Oh, won't you come with me and walk this line? Please take my hand. Let me tell you, in a God of Eden, honey, don't you know that I'm loving you? In a God of Eden, baby, don't you know that I'll always be true? Oh, won't you come with me and take my hand? Oh, won't you come with me and walk this line? Please take my hand.
Well, here we are at what may be the summit of Welch. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But I would guess that we're on Welch and that over there is Dickey. We seem to be at the apex of this thing we've been climbing up for a bit. Some really strenuous rock sections. It wasn't just that they were steep, it's like they were steep and slanted. And the steep and slantedness of it made it an extra workout, so that was adventurous. But yeah, it's been cool though, because unlike some hikes where you like climb and climb and climb and climb and climb in the tree line and then you just get like out to a view at the end, this one we hit views like maybe halfway up. If not, it did, we'd climbed a bit for sure, but it didn't feel like we were climbing that far. And then you pop out into the open and you stay in the open most of the time, so that's pretty cool. Let me try and do kind of a 360 panorama here of what I consider to be what I think is Welch. First main thing, going all the way around. And there we are, working our way along. Again, what I presume to be the summit of Welch. Welch may not be. I haven't seen a USGS marker or a sign. But we seem to be pretty separate from that thing over there, so I would imagine that's Dickey. And on to Dickey.
Most anything that you want, girl, is alright by me. Most anything that you want, girl, is alright by me. Girl, 'cause I just wanna make you happy. That's all I'm trying to do. Yes, I just wanna make you happy and spend my lifetime with you. Most anything that you want, girl, is alright by me. Most anything that you want, girl, is alright by me. Girl, 'cause I just wanna make you happy. That's all I'm trying to do. Yes, I just wanna make you happy and spend my lifetime with you.
This is where I took a spill. Coming down this and right foot turned sideways, big pop. We are about a mile from the trail head. I'll have to work my way back. There's nothing else I can do. Let's go. right, well, Welch-Dickey Trail. That was a good trail. It was not necessarily easy, but like the pacing was really, really good. On the way up, you kind of followed a creek a lot of the way, so that gave you something to look at while you were climbing. And then as soon as you left the creek, you popped out into the open. So you did the rest of the climbing out in the open with just continuous views. Now, Welch was really nice. I thought that at Dickey we were gonna get like that one summit obvious resting spot, and it actually never happened, so we never stopped on Dickey. But all the same, like, Dickey was a really cool way to go down, because you just like continuously are going over rock, and all that rock you saw from Welch where you're like, I wonder if we're gonna go over that. Yeah, you visited all that rock. But it was a really great way to go down. The only part of the trail that was pretty boring was like the last mile to the trailhead, which also happened to be the one that I had to do after messing up my ankle. All right, despite the fact that I banged up my foot, the trip must go on. We've got our last scheduled stop here in New Hampshire, which is a swimming hole. It's supposed to be on this creek called Smarts Brook. So we're gonna take a look at it. Oh, good. After this, we were wanting to grab a bite to eat, so it looks like the Sandwich Wilderness isn't that far ahead, so we can combo this swimming hole stop with the sandwich. Awesome. All right, well, this is our post-hike swimming hole in all its glory. Well, there was a family coming around here, and there are still some girls sunbathing at the top of the waterfall, but yeah, just wanted to get a full shot. Been a really, really nice waterfall that we're enjoying here. Let's get them shoulders. Even though it's cold, this body needs it after it's been so hot. Way too hot for being this far north. Ooh. Alright, right here at the base of the waterfall, pump it down. Just a little mini fall. Makes for a nice little scenic plunge spot though. Our swimming hole in its full glory. It's just there enjoying the middle of it. There are still some sunbathers up at the top, so I probably won't get a photograph of this, but all the same, it's been really enjoyable to relax at and refresh and wash all that nasty, nasty sweat off from the Welch-Dickey Trail. And I'm going to show you the view up front for a second as I'm working my way back to the parking area. Just because that conical peak sticking up right next to the road, that is Welch, which is what we tapped earlier. All right, here we go, crossing the Connecticut River. On the other side, we will be in Vermont. Very flooded Connecticut River, by the way.
Welcome to Vermont.
Thank you, Sheila. And that was Vermont. We're on to Massachusetts.
Welcome to Massachusetts.
Starting out here Saturday morning, wrapping up the bad foot. Gonna do a lot of this today. I'm sure it's gonna be fun. Alright, as we start Saturday morning here in Massachusetts, we're going to be ending up at Lake Compounce Amusement Park in Connecticut, but first we're going to try and take a scenic drive up to Mount Greylock here in Massachusetts. This is going to be the highest point in Massachusetts, and it seemed like a pretty good way to start the day, so let's get started.
in the dark of night. Those small hours, uncertain and anxious, I need to call you. Rooms full of strangers, some call me friend, but I wish you were so close to me. In the dark of night, those small hours, I drift away when I'm with you. In the dark of night, by my side. In the dark of night, by my side. I wish you were, I wish you were. Here comes the clown. His face is a wall. No window, no air at all. In the dark of night, his faces, they haunt me. But I wish you were so close to me. In the dark of night, by my side. In the dark of night, by my side. I wish you were, I wish you were. In the dark of night, by my side. In the dark of night, by my side. I wish you were, I wish you were. In the dark of night, his faces, they haunt me. Well, I wish you were so close to me. Yes, I wish you were by my side.
Behind me is the Veterans War Memorial Tower. We're not going up it this morning, but I believe you can actually get to the top of it. It's kind of like a lighthouse that you can take wraparound stairs up to. So that will conclude our look at the highest point in Massachusetts, Mount Greylock. If you want a more in-depth look, you'll have to check out our Patreon. We do have a Patreon, right?
No.
What about our... Oh, do we have...
No.
No?
No.
Oh, well, I guess we're not going to have a more in-depth look. All right, waiting on the gates to open here at Lake Compounce. That is a Wildcat looming right over the entrance there. That's an historic roller coaster, although it's been much maligned over the last few years. They've done some retrackings that have had varied degrees of success. So I'm not sure what the consensus opinion on it is right now, but I'll give it a ride. But my primary thing is just getting on Boulder Dash. And we're off. I don't even particularly know where we're going, but we're off. We're off. Yeah. Hello, Wildcat. Good morning. You can see why Boulder Dash was such an important roller coaster. #1 roller coaster in the world, 2004, 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016. #1 wooden roller coaster. So what is special about Boulder Dash, the ride we're waiting to open right now, is they built this roller coaster into the side of the mountain that is behind the park here. And when they did so, they basically built the ride without removing trees from the hillside, so they built it around it. So it literally dashes through the forest during the ride, which is a completely unique experience, because most of the time when they make roller coasters, they bulldoze all the the premises and the ground, and then they may landscape afterwards. A lot of times they don't, and roller coasters just kind of exist over an open space. Maybe integrated with the landscape, maybe not, but Boulder Dash is literally like just part of the mountain, part of the woods, and it's really special. They're about to open up right now. Let's get going. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait. Ever since they built this some 20 years ago, this has been one that I've just dreamed of riding. It's been on the bucket list. It's special. We could have gone to Six Flags New England, but Boulder Dash, there's nothing like it anywhere else. So had to try this out.
All clear. All clear means you guys are out of here. When I say Boulder, you say Dash. Boulder, Boulder, Boulder. Bye. Welcome back. How was your ride? Awesome. Exit to the left, grab all of your things. Hope you guys have a great day in Lake Compounce.
All right, so we were out on the very first train of the day on Boulder Dash. We got the second row. We're gonna wait a little bit extra for the front row this time, just because the visuals of this ride are so unique. So after one ride, I can definitely say it is a little bit of a rough ride. You can tell it's not as smooth as it used to be tracking wise. Still a good ride. Wow, the front row ride. Amazing how much better that was than just the second row. The visuals are incredible. And the force is also, you just like float a lot more in the front as opposed to the second. Oh, that was fun. That was really cool. On the train, we're going to be waiting to depart. I don't know anything about this train. It looks like it might be a decently long train ride though, so we'll see how it goes. Goodness. I've gotten on bullet trains a lot quicker than they can get this thing going. Apparently it's pretty complicated. If I would have known it was going to take this long to get going, I would have brought my Kindle. Could have finished a couple books. Well, I think I know why people in the Northeast have a reputation of being impatient. They probably all visited Lake Compounce at some point and felt the cruel hands of time just slipping away. Yes, we are indeed off and moving at slower than walking pace. The Lake Compounce train. Well, they do indeed have a lake here at Lake Compounce. There it is. Little swimming area off to the right. So it's nice to feel that little bit of tradition. I love the idea that theme parks have evolved over the years. I wonder if the geese are arranging a hijacking. All right, so we are leaving Lake Compounce. Very small park. Has a lot of roller coaster tycoon vibes. Just everything about it looked like something out of that game. All right, Connecticut is going out the window, and we are on to Rhode Island! Rhode Island!
Welcome to Rhode Island.
Yeah! We are going to end this trip sort of like we began. This time by a lighthouse by the sea. Our first sea visit was in New Hampshire. This one in Rhode Island. And with this, we will bid goodbye to the Northeast and DisasterMoon 2024.
The Dutchman's not the kind of man who keeps his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret that only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the summer, Margaret brings him breakfast. She believes him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he could be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and my Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His cap and coat are patched with a love that Margaret sewed there. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam, and he watches the tugboats down canals and calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him, though she holds his arm. Sometimes he thinks he's alone and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and my Margaret remembers that for me. Witters whirl the windmills round. She winds his muffler tighter while they sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew, and he sees her for a moment, calls her name. She makes the bed up singing some old love song, a song Margaret learned when it was very new. He hums a line or two, they sing together in the dark. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and my Margaret remembers that for me. And my Margaret remembers that for me.